So we're here in my kitchen and we're going to talk about how to stretch your meals, how to make good tasting food on a budget. So the first thing that you need to do is take inventory. It's not the most fun part, but to be economical, you need to make sure that what you buy, you go ahead and eat it. And as I'm working toward getting ready to move, I also need to be able to eat down what I have so I don't have to transport a lot of stuff. Taking inventory is, of course, easy. I just open the fridge and I use talk to text and just make a list. But just to kind of show you the process, I'll flip the camera around. I don't know why that looks all foggy, but anyway, quinoa lentil taco meat, buffalo chicken dip. It's a salad mix I just got at the store. Extra lettuce, because as a tip, I will use this and mix in regular lettuce and more veggies to make 2 salads instead of just one. Blueberry pancakes and crustless quiche that I made. On the things that need to be eaten is the green beans. There was some chicken there, but I have it out already to use it. The yogurt is good for quite a while. And I went through my veggies, and I got these mushrooms today because I'm going to use them with my veggies. I realized all the veggies I have, I can make a really nice stir fry with. I'm either going to make a vegan chicken nuggets with these, or maybe buffalo chicken with those. I got some grapes, I have some fruit, I have some apples, and I'm going to take this caramel dip, and because I have apples left that need to be eaten, I'm going to mix them with peanut butter. All my cheeses, I got feta, so I can make a feta salad. So I'll have 2 salads. Of course, it's going to be like 20 degrees tomorrow. And I got almond vanilla milk again. Guess I'm going to use it for cereal and baking, not to make gravy. We don't want vanilla or sweet in our gravy for milk. If you want to see my pantry and my freezer, let me know. I have, well, a friend of mine said, that's not a pantry, that's a doomsday wardrobe. But that's how I was raised. Be prepared and hope you don't need it. And also I inherited my parents' doomsday food, Armageddon food. You know, the ones that are in the bucket that are sealed. I think there's 5 of those, and I don't even know what all is in some of them because the labels are gone. But taking inventory, open up the refrigerator, look and see what you have. Figure out either what was bought the latest, or figure out what's been in the refrigerator the longest. For me, it was leftover chicken. I knew that I had yogurt. I checked the dates on things. I have some butternut squash in there that I made that I know needs to be eaten really soon, and some Brussels sprouts that I roasted probably 4 days ago. I'm like, depending on what it is, maybe 4 to 7 days. But, you know, if you don't know how to check food, let me know in the comments and we can definitely go over that. One thing I will tell you is best by dates is not dispose of dates. Best by dates is a suggestion. So if you buy milk and it's a day past and you can smell it and taste it and it still tastes good, it's still good. Sell by dates are sell to get them out of the store, not eat by dates. You have anywhere from 4 to 7 days after that sell by date to be able to consume it. And again, let's say it's milk, yogurt, you're 4 days past the sell by date, 7 days past the sell by date, still smells good, still tastes good, it's still good. And anything that you buy in a can does not have a best used by date. It's sealed. It's just as if great grandma had canned it and it was sitting downstairs on the shelf. I have 17 quarts of chicken broth and probably 8 pints of tomatoes and 12 quarts of potatoes that I canned 4 or 5 years ago. They're still good. Unless if you buy a metal can and this lid is popped up, just throw it away. That's a bad one. That's a bad one. It does happen occasionally. And if maybe you have a grandma, great grandma, maybe a mom, somebody that still cans, and they give you a can of something and you take it home, you keep it in a cool, dry place. And same as this kind of lid, if the lid has popped and you can push it, see, like you push on this and there's nothing, it doesn't go anywhere. If you can push on a quart jar lid and you have pushed, it's probably bad. Also, in the clear glass quart and pint jars, you can look in. Now, if you do chicken broth, there's going to be a fat layer that's going to be up there. But you don't want like blue or green, not like he's moldy or a beard on there. So open up your refrigerator, take an inventory. I thought I had lettuce, and it had gone bad. And there are ways to store your vegetables and stuff. We can talk about that later also. And stretching your meals, you want to think about things like rice, pasta, beans, popcorn for snack instead of potato chips. The price of potato chips, y'all, I'm like, you want $5 for 12 ounces of potato chips? It's just, you can make potato chips at home too. There are dozens and dozens of things that you can make at home that you don't need to buy at the store. If that's what you're interested in, let me know. We can start going through those. I have lots of spice mixes, recipes in the cabinet. There's lots of condiment recipes that we can make. It's cheaper if you make it at home. For meats, one of my big ones is if you're going to make a chili, which is really economical. You can literally put almost anything in it. You can put pumpkin puree in it. You can put all kinds of vegetables in them, chop them up really tiny. Nobody will know they are there. If you do a meat, a hamburger or turkey in there, use half a pound of meat and then add in half a cup of barley. You'll have to add in extra water, whether that's in tomato juice, stock, or just plain water. You'll need extra water so that barley can absorb it. But what will happen is that barley will absorb the flavor of the chili and it gives a good dense chew. Nobody will know it's there. You can also shred zucchini. When my granddaughter came to live with us, she was very much on the standard American diet. A meal for them would be basically the big chicken store, fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, corn, mashed potatoes, and rolls, all carbs. And when she came to live with us, we didn't eat that way. So vegetables, she just kind of like moved them over. She didn't even know what to do with them at 5 years old. And I literally started with baby food, pureed baby food, jars of carrots, and then I shredded zucchini in it. And if you would dice things really, really small, and she'd see something green, she goes, "Oh, what's this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's probably an herb," because I throw all kinds of herbs in my chili. And she got used to eating more vegetables. So if you need to start that way with your children, that's an easy way to get more vegetables in. Vegetables are usually cheaper than meat. Buying seasonally, so it's fall time. Well, we've hit winter, but squash. And if you don't know about squash, let me know, because I've got some great recipes for squash too. Squashes, Brussels sprouts, the root vegetables, parsnips, rutabagas, potatoes, sweet potatoes. And if you don't think that your family will eat those foods, I have a recipe. It's called roasted roots. And when it comes out, it just looks like French fries. I think we made that for her, but there were people that my daughter introduced this recipe to who literally, after they weren't in school together anymore, got in touch. How do I make this? What all is in it? Oh, did I eat a parsnip? I ate rutabaga and I liked it. They were just amazed. Root vegetables are a great staple to help in anything that you can add to stretch the meat. If you're gonna, there's a difference between making a hamburger and making a casserole. A hamburger, everybody gets a hamburger, and you might get 4 to 6 patties depending on how you separate the meat. Also, you can add oatmeal, you can add breadcrumbs, you can add crackers, add an egg, add some seasonings. You could add rice even if you wanted to that meat mixture so that it still holds together, but that will also stretch your meat. So even if you're just doing hamburgers, you might, instead of getting 4, you might get 6, and they will all be the same size of what they were if you'd just done the 1/4 pound, the 4. When you make a chili, make sure that you have lots of beans and lots of veggies. And you can add rice to it. You can add quinoa if you want to do it vegetarian and you don't even want to buy the meat. If you put a bean and a carb together, or starch together, you have a perfect protein. You could literally make chili and not have meat in it. And it's going to taste just as good because the flavor doesn't come from the beef, but if you want beef flavor in it, you can always use beef stock or bone broth or throw in a little bouillon cube. You can still get that flavor without spending that $8 to $10 a pound for ground beef. And of course, whether you buy hamburger, which has the most fat in it, or if you buy chuck, or if you buy the lean 93.7, that's going to make a difference too in how much flavor you can get out of that meat. To make the tortillas, it's pretty simple. I do not make my own tortillas, and the noise that you hear, the pups are having dinner. I have the soft corn tortillas. I'm just going to cut them in wedges, spray them with a little oil, probably on both sides, and decide if I just want to put salt or seasoned salt, or if I want to add garlic or anything. I want it possibly for taco salad to eat with the buffalo chicken, so I might just go with the seasoned salt or Himalayan pink salt. We'll see. Of course, garlic goes with everything, so I might put garlic on it, but I'll give you a look at it when I'm done. I don't want you to have to hear the oven. I didn't want you to have to hear the oven when they cook, but of course, just decide how big you want them. If you want them halves or quarters, they don't have to be the same size. None of the chips that you get in the bag are all the same size, probably close. And there's the dogs barking because they went out and now they have to come in. And then I'm gonna lay them out on the air fryer. I'm gonna spray them with some extra virgin olive oil. If you're gonna get oil in a can, be sure and read the ingredients. Be sure it does not have butane in it. You know, butane, that stuff that they use in lighters. So we'll have them on there. Give them a little squirt, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some salt on them. I'll throw them in the air fryer, and I'll have corn chips. And I probably paid less than $1 for that whole bag. So I decided to go with just salt and let me turn that off. And then I'm gonna put them in the air fryer, and I'm gonna cook them for 5 minutes at 400 and see how crispy they get. But I have rambled on for a whole 10 minutes, and I'm not quite sure how much information you all want and what else you would be interested in talking about. So I know this is probably one of the shortest videos that I've ever done for our channel. But let me know down in the comments what you would like to know. Give me all your advice. Let's learn from each other. What are the things that you're doing now with groceries, now that groceries are so much more expensive? What are you adding in? How are you finding ways to stretch things? The same would go for if you're making a casserole, you use half as much meat and add in broth. And if you make like a cheeseburger macaroni, you don't have to buy it in a box. You can make it yourself. It's cheaper if you make it yourself. You can use half the amount of meat that it's called for. They still get the flavor. It's the flavor that you're going to enjoy, not exactly the amount of meat. And there I go rambling again. But appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. And again, let me know in the comments what you'd like to know about. And remember, you are blessed to be a blessing. And as Amanda would say, remember, you are the magic.